All right, so let's get ourselves in our best cross-leg position, or if cross legs too much, you can absolutely do them out like this, whatever's comfortable for you. Yes, pillows underneath. And also, if you can get up on a higher pedestal, you allow the legs, the knees to be lower, and so you're not quite gripping. And I'm just going to put my hands here on these knees and just do a bit of just settling down into the room with some good pelvic spirals. As you come forward, it's nice to breathe into the belly, allowing that pelvis to roll under a little bit. Shoulders, just notice them and drop them. And then you'll come around. As you come around to the back, exhale, draw the belly in and see if you can curl under a little more. So it's really nice to start this and start the spiral slowly with eyes closed and really check into your body. What are you feeling? Are you lifting the shoulders? Can you just allow them to sink down, draw them down? Is there a specific place when you do that there's like a catch or a pain? If so, can you kind of just go really gently into it, real slowly? And there's a technique, it's called feathering, where you just kind of come there, just real gentle into it, breathing and relaxing. And then if it doesn't release, then as you come back around, try to avoid it, make your circle a little smaller. And notice, I find when I've got some issues going on in the hip and I start to feel it, it's so fascinating when you go slow and really pay attention inside what you're feeling. I find just right before I get to it, my body automatically tenses. It's like we tense when we think we're going to be in pain, but that tension creates more pain. And so to go around it and just think, okay, that's where it is. I'm feeling the tension. I'm going to relax everything. I'm just going to stop here, relax. Breathe and exhale. And just go really gently through and around it. And the other thing, if you're dealing with pain, that can be just a really interesting way to deal with it is notice the words that we tell ourselves about it. For example, oh, that hurts. Well, does it hurt, or is it simply just a sensation? I know that sounds a little crazy, but sometimes if we give it a different word, or just not even give it a descriptive word, it's just simply another type of sensation. And that sensation is just giving us some information. Oh, I feel a bit more sensation there. Where's that sensation coming from? Can I breathe into it and go slowly around it? Nice work. So let's pause our spiral, putting one hand on our chest, one on the belly. And we're going to do our 3-part breathing, even in here. And as you inhale, let's do it. Inhale through the nose, expand the belly first. Allow the pelvis to roll under, then come up into the rib cage. You might feel the ribs expand and chest. The hands draw away from each other. And now exhale, starting from the chest. Rib cage cinches in, belly cinches in, and you can roll back away off the pubic bones and notice the hands come closer towards each other. So let's inhale. So this is very much an arch and curl, but from the seated position. Beautiful. And exhale. Chest, ribs, belly. You can let the chin tuck in. Inhale again. You might notice your chin lift. Don't drop the head back. It's more just a stretch out from the throat. Exhale from the chest. The chest sinks. The rib cage sinks. The belly draws forward. How about two more like that? Inhale. Just enjoying the undulation, feeling of the spine moving with the breath. And last one, inhale. Looks beautiful, you guys. Exhale. And then just come back to a neutral position. Super good. You can drop the arms there. Let's bring the legs out. And I'm going to have like a long diamond so my heels are together. I am going to personally come off of my platform here. And we're going to do the somatic class to release inner and outer thighs. So it's always good to notice where we're at first. So to start, you can put your hands next to you. Just so you push down, you want to roll so that you're down, your pelvis is rolled under, and you're on your bones. And then slowly, it's nice to shut your eyes because you want to feel what muscles pick up, contract, to bring those knees up. Only bring them to where they're ready to go. Notice the contraction in the groin, on the inner thighs, the lengthening on the outer thighs. Slowly now let them open. So inner thighs lengthen, outer thighs contract. Is there some shaking and where? It's where you've lost control. Let's just do it one more time. Slowly bring those knees up, feeling what you're feeling. You might even notice the second time it's already, you can bring them up just slightly higher, just with the repetition, and slowly release them back down. Good. All right, now let's just do one more thing with like that. Bring your legs in, one in front of the other. I'm going to lift and drop my tail. Hinge forward at the hips and just come over. You can even put your elbows on those knees. Just notice what you're feeling in the outside there of those hips. I always find this interesting how much between that somatic move and then we'll release the hamstrings. You'll feel so much different up in those hips. All right, nice. So this is just kind of a notice. So now bring yourself back up. I'm always really tight in my hips when I first start that. So now bringing the knees up, let's bring them back down, low diamond. Then hinge yourself forward. Bring the knees up again, just to wherever they're ready to go. Elbows on the inside. Good. And before you go anywhere, press gently. The knees against the elbows, elbows against the knees. Feel that resistance, keeping that amount of resistance as you start to allow those knees to drop out, noticing what you're feeling and where you're feeling it. Notice if they're shaking, slow it down even more. Come all the way till those legs cannot go anymore. Relax the head forward. Let the elbows come between the legs and relax. Relax neck and shoulders. Relax the legs. And then use your hands to push your torso back up. Good work. Bring the knees back up again. Again, don't push them, just to wherever they're ready to go. Coming forward, upper body, elbow against leg, leg against elbow. So it's interesting when the leg is actually resisting and releasing down at the same time. That's what really helps to create the pandiculation. You'll get all the way to the bottom, drop forward, completely relax. Notice if you're holding tension in the neck and shoulders, seeing if you can let that go. And pushing yourself back up one more time. Nice, bringing the knees back up. See if they want to come up a little further automatically. You're not pushing them. They're just automatically going a little further just to notice. And last one, resisting as you're releasing. Man, I'm feeling a lot in my hip there. Slowly letting it all drop. Seeing if some of the shaking goes away. At the third time, relax forward. And then use the hands to press yourself back up. Nice. Let's draw the legs out. Just give them a good shake. Shake side to side, maybe even a little hip. I'm going to go forward and do a little tapping. Let's tap on our kidneys, adrenals. They're the little place of life. Side. Let's do a little tapping all the way down the legs. Outside leg, inside, even the inside arch of your foot if you can reach it. And then the inside of the leg. Good work. All right, so now let's bring those legs back up again, low diamond, sitting up tall on your bones. So you can bring the hand there if you need to. Now slowly bring those knees up. Just notice if they're higher up, just automatically. Yeah, nice. And then slowly let them drop. Notice what you feel. And just see if you got just a little bit more range of motion out of those. Nice work. And then straighten them back out. Let's also, while we're here, release those hamstrings. So I'm going to do that good hamstring stretch. If you need your towel for that, get it. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned it. So the towel's beautiful to use. And for time's sake, let's do 2 legs at the same time. You can still do it with the towel. So that's still fine. Just bring them in. Yep, you might need a longer towel, Rob. No, you got it. Good work. All right, so you can press up or hands here. So pulling in, arch it, wherever. If you can't get them that close, it's fine. You just go to wherever. Beautiful. And then the heels press against the hand, hand against heel, as you slowly roll them out. Or straighten them, I guess I should say. The head drops at the same tempo as we straighten. And at the bottom, let it go. And just let those legs, feet will flop out, knees will flop out. You're fine. Come back. Now, it's interesting. We did them together. But just notice, is one foot now longer than the other? Mine is. So that's interesting. Information. Let's bring it back up. And here we go. 2 more times. So you're going to pull in, stretching that neck, straighten them back out, dropping the head at the same tempo, and let it go. And then bring yourself up. Notice again, if one leg is longer. And last one, we're going to pull it up, pull it in, inhaling and exhaling, stretching it back out. Beautiful, nice work, you guys, lovely. And then just let it go. Beautiful, and then just look and see where those legs are, if they're even. Now, a fun thing to do, now that we just did both inners, outers, and hammies, is come back into that cross leg or one leg in front. And you can even, it's nice even to stretch up, just so you know you're not rounding, and just hinge forward. So I'm going to stretch up a little bit and come straight on over, letting the arms, letting the head relax. And just notice if you feel looser there in those hips behind. Beautiful, and come back up. Nice work. So just give me a thumbs up. Did you feel like you got a little release in here? Anybody? Good. Suzette did. The rest of you were like, no. Okay, so I guess we have more work to do then, don't we? All right, so now from here, we're going to do what's called butterfly in yin yoga. So you're going to put, again, you're kind of a long diamond. Although we can all do different diamonds. So like if you're more flexible, your diamond might be up here if you want here. But you know what? I find even though I'm flexible up here, I don't get the same stretch where I need it as I do long diamonds. So you play with it. We're coming up and over again. And this is what this one will look like. You're coming up and over. In other words, you're not rounding the back. So for some of you, you might even need to put your hands around the front of the shin, pull in, right? So I'm pulling up on the shin towards my torso to lift my ribs. And then from there, I'm going to come over. So I can tell that I'm there. Maybe you can just be right here with your elbows on your knees, pulling up on the shins and down with the elbows on the ankles. That can be a nice stretch. Or you might, if you can come over further, I need to bring my arms out in front, and then just get yourself in whatever position feels good and just relax here. Allow the head to relax. This can be a place for if you want to just have some place to put your forehead. But you're just going to relax down. We're just going to be here for about a minute. It won't take a whole long time. But it's nice to just give those tissues a little bit of time to feel the stress and rehydrate. I think it's a really nice combination to use the somatics to relax the muscles, lengthen the muscles, so that now when we come down deeper, now we're able to get deeper into the connective tissue. Now you can just stay here and wherever your arms are, if that feels good to you. But here's an additional little interesting move that you can add if you feel like it. You can take palms up and take your forearms underneath the lower leg and relax there. It's it takes a minute to get yourself there. I have to really wiggle on down. But then I find, oh, this is interesting. So for me, as I'm doing it, I'm pulling my arms back now in towards my torso, and that gives me even more stretch. So it can be another variation that you might want to try. And just keep breathing in. Letting it go. All right, good work. Let's come out of this. Go slowly as you come out of these. Nice. So I'm just going to bring those legs up. I'm going to put them out wider. Here, lean back, and then just do a nice inhale. So the reason this is so nice is you now get an internal rotation of one leg with the external on the other. Internal and external. Oh, yeah. So go to your speed, whatever feels good to you to unlock that. Nice. Now I'm going to do one more just to stretch out in those legs. So I'm going to come over. I'm going to come up. I'm going to go to the side just so you can see. I'm going to turn my toes under and sit back on my heels. I'm going to bring my hands to here. Now, just this might feel good to you. Leaning back, so you're going to get a stretch on that lower leg. If you want a little more, I love this one. You can put your hands wherever that works for you. I'm going to put them closer to me. Shift back and gently, and gently lift the knees up. So what is that giving you? A bit of a lower leg stretch. Ooh, Robin's all the way back. Yeah, girl, that feels good. But it's interesting. Yeah, so everybody just do that. Looks nice. I love it. You guys are just doing what works for you. Woo, Tammy's way back too. Woo, all right, you guys, very nice. That's just a nice counter pose before we, here's another one while we're here. I'm just gonna play with this if you can do it. It's really interesting. I'm on all fours essentially, but now I'm going to tuck my toes under. So my toes are tucking under, and now I'm gonna slowly, and you may not be able to go past here. You might just have your weight here and you're stretching. We're stretching the bottoms of the feet. So my toes are tucked under towards my body, and I'm stretching. Yeah, so you're stretching the toes and the ankles. Notice if your ankles are out to the side, if you're more on the last three toes, what happens if you now move the weight towards the big toe ball joint? Good, so you might just be able to hang here. When you get stronger with that, you can come up all the way into it. So now you have all this body weight stretching out in the toes and the top of the feet. Woo! Now roll so the ankles come in a little more towards, or your heels towards each other. Nice work, you guys. If you can stay that long, I am impressed. All right, come forward one more time. tuck the toes under. Just one last time with the stretch, coming back. So again, just this might be good, or you can just lift. Beautiful. This is so good to do after all that walking, by the way, and drop it back down. All right. Thanks for playing with me on those. Those are so intense. All right, now let's get right into then this nice series for the hips, lower back. All right, so you're going to be in your Z seat, and you want one hand on the knee and the other hand here around your lower leg or the shin. Beautiful. So from here, you're just going to take your torso and you're just going to lean just gently. You don't have to go real low, but right towards that knee with the torso. Use the hand to now let the torso turn over towards the back leg. And when you get over, looking at that hand on the shin, push down into the shin. You're going to rotate the spine. Use the hands to turn the shoulders. You're coming straight up. And with your head, you're going to look back behind that shoulder. Beautiful rotation. And then allow yourself to come back to the front. Excellent. So you can make that a smaller rotation or bigger. So here we go again. You're going to come over the front knee. Use the hands to move the torso to the other side, other knee. Use that hand on the shin, push away to bring yourself up. And at the end, your chin and your head is looking over the back and then back to the center. Good work. Let's inhale as we go down, exhale into the turn. You ready? So we'll use the breath. So here we go. Inhale. Around, around, around as we come into the turn, exhale. So as you exhale with that rotation, you're allowed to get even more squeegee out of it and come back to the center. Let's do two more. I'll go just a little faster now that we've got it. You ready? So inhale. Around, 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 exhale into the rotation. Back to center. And inhale, flow a little bit. And back to the center. Lovely. All right, that front leg now, put both hands on either side of the front leg. And now you're just going to bring that torso and that head towards the front leg. Drop down. You can either be on your forearms. Sometimes it's nice to do that. Maybe put fists and stack the fists so you can have your head being supported. Or if you need more stretch, you can drop down even lower. You can kind of just wiggle till you get that beautiful stretch on that hip. And once you're there, just relax and breathe. Now, if you're feeling a lot of tension, like on this side, I'm really stiff and sore, you might want to also, just with your mind, go in there, go right to where you're really feeling a lot of sensation. Just put your mind there, breathe into it. Take a nice deep breath into that sensation. In through the nose, slow out through the mouth. And watch and see if it starts to the sensation starts to lessen a little bit. And or you can also take your mind and just see if you can follow, where is that tension coming from? If you can follow it along. So for example, I really feel it in the outside of the hip, but as I follow along, I see that it's really coming from my glute. Nice work, you guys. All right, so now just press the hands down, come up slowly, 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 slowly. Good. Let's bring those, shift back, can lift the legs. Let's just do little ones, little side to sides, and then we're gonna do that series on the other side. Notice what you're feeling here. Good, and then Z seat to the other side. And you'll notice one side does not feel the same as the other side. So if you're like, how come that doesn't feel the same? Because they're not the same. All right, so hand on the knee, hand on the shin. So let's just inhale, come over towards that front. Use the hand. First ones are kind of slow so you can really get it. You're going to exhale and come all the way up looking behind that side and come back around. Good, let's do it again. Coming forward over the front knee, using the hand to help that torso turn, pulling up on the back as you get that beautiful rotation and look over the back. And then come center. Nice. Boy, the two sides feel different, don't they? So we're going to come over here, inhale. Around, 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 and up and back. And back to the center. Let's do two more. Inhale. Rolling around. And come back to the center. Last one. Coming towards that front knee. In around. Good, and back to the center. Super good. All right, so we have this front knee. We're going to lift up and over. So torso is facing that knee, hand on either side. You're arching, coming down on your forearms, just finding your perfect place to then get that stretch and relax. Same thing here as well, just breathing in, finding the spot of tension. Deep breath right into it and slow exhale. And just keep your attention there and watch it. What happens when you take a deep breath into it? You'll feel the lungs and the ribs expand. The torso will lift slightly out of it. And up and exhale, let it all drop. Nice, and then slowly use your hands. Drop, come back up. All the way. Outstanding. All right, again, shifting back, little side to side. And now let's go on to our backs. So I'm going to grab a little something to drink and reach your back on your back, knees bent. You know what? Let's let our legs go out. Let's just do a quick body scan, see where we're at now that we've done all that. Always good to allow the body to get a nice calibration there. I'm going to just roll for a sec. And dropping down. Good, palms up. Taking a nice deep breath. Let's do a 3-part breath here. And as you get that big inhale, feel the back go right away from the floor. Exhale from the chest on down. Chest, rib cage comes together and drops. Back comes down. Then just do one general body scan. You feel some energy moving around. Excellent. All right, go ahead and bend our knees. Let's do a nice rock to start. just bringing it up and back, letting the tailbone lift and drop if you have that flexibility. And then it's nice to do a bit of side to side. I'm going to actually let my legs come out wider and just kind of massage that back and the hips. Maybe do some nice big circles with the knees. Yeah, beautiful. All right, let's keep working into that hip right now. So I'm going to again drop my legs here, hip width. And I'm going to take my right leg, flexed foot, put it over the knee on the left, and just gently press that knee away. You can even use the hand there to just kind of let it open. Notice what it feels like. Good. I'm going to release it. Now I'm going to let that knee come across towards the opposite shoulder. I'm going to put that other hand there and just pull it across, just gently. So now you're getting in more into that outer rotator. And then release it and let it press back again. And release it. Nice. Now you might feel just plenty being there, or you can lift the bottom leg. You can put your hands behind that hamstring or just do it without that if you have that flexibility. And let's just take that leg for a little ride. Just circle it around, lifting up and around. Good. You can flex both feet, just notice, or at least keep that top foot flexed. Notice what you might feel in that hip. Beautiful. Drop that leg that's up. Now, keeping this foot flexed, knee out, you're going to take the leg over. So I have my right leg on top. I'm going to let the legs drop over to the left so that the bottom of my foot, if you can get it there, is going to go towards the ground, to the ground. Good. Now, you may not have the flexibility to take it there. You can take that top foot up to the inside of the leg if that's as far as you can go. I'm going to bring mine down. Now I'm going to take my left hand around the front of that shin, pulling it in. My other arm is out. This is such a deep stretch for the IT band and the glutes. I'm going to come this way just so you can't see what I'm doing, so you can kind of tell. So it looks like this, and my hand is here, and I'm pulling that knee in, the foot and the knee, and then look the other way. This is a nice hold. We won't be here too long, but just feel how that allows you to get into that piriformis, which is right there at the glute muscle. When you're here, you can breathe into that top rib cage. Breathing it in. I'm finding this particular stretch to be so helpful on that hip. You can really feel it when you're doing it, but afterwards, it's like, ooh, nice release. So how about just 2 more deep breaths into the rib cage? Excellent. And then release that shin. Bring the legs back up, and let's just take them over the other way for just a second. So now you're going the other way, getting a stretch then on this part of the hip. And I'm going to take, since now we're over to the right, getting a stretch on the left side, I'm going to bring my left arm up above my head and look there. So now you can get a big hip stretch that way too. The more you can lift this arm up to get more space rib to hip. And then slowly let yourself come back. Uncross that leg. Good. You might even want to take those feet out. Let's do this as an integration. Bring your feet out wider and then just drop one knee in, that knee that you just did, and switch. And switch. So you're just getting a nice little hip stretch on both sides. So inner thigh, then outer thigh as you go. So it's inner and outer, working it evenly. Nice. And then bring the feet back in, hip width. And now we'll go and do the left foot. So bringing that left foot up, flexed on that knee, pressing it away. Oh, say hello to that hip. Hello, hip. And then take that knee internal towards the opposite shoulder. Opposite hand pulls to the outside and just let it come in. And notice how you feel there, if you're feeling a lot and where you're feeling it. So as I pull it in, where I can tell is I can feel it right at that one place. It's called the piriformis in my glute. And then let it go back. Beautiful. You can lift the bottom leg again if you like to have your hands back here. That's beautiful. You can do a nice circle. I kind of like to just use my muscles, but do whatever works for you. Side to side, you're just taking that top leg for a ride. Oh. Excellent. Then drop that leg. And now we're going to go over towards the side. So I've got my left leg on top. I'm going to roll over to the right. Take my right hand here around that shin, pulling it up. Other arm is out by my shoulder. You can either look straight ahead or wherever your head wants to go. Good. And just get your place where you feel that stretch up into the side. And yeah, you guys got it. Beautiful. Taking some nice deep breaths into that rib cage. Wow, I so feel that. Isn't this such an interesting deep stretch right into that piriformis and the IT band? Beautiful one. All right, so release the shin. Let those legs come back up and just take them over the other way. And then you can take that right foot, big toe ball joint side of the foot. You can press it in the ground gently to let that top hip lift just a little bit. And then you can bring that right arm up. So now you're getting more stretch up in the lower back and in the top hip. Nice. And then let's just bring it back all the way, dropping that arm, feet out wider. And we'll do that same hip, side to side. Stretching it out. Oh. So as I bring my left one, this is the one that's challenging me deep, I really want to get my shoulder involved. So I'm going to just gently press my shoulder down into the ground and kind of take the shoulder blade over in a little bit and get that involved, and then up and over to the other side. So you can always involve that same side shoulder, kind of pushing it down and over, side to side. Yeah, so beautiful, you guys. Nice work. Outstanding, bringing them up. Nice. Let's just bring the knees up one more time. Wide, side to side stretch, inner thigh, outer thigh. So the last actual flow that I'm feeling would be really helpful is our inner and outer thigh stretches here. So what I'm going to invite you to do is just bring those legs out, maybe to like the outside of your shoulders as you push up, bringing them up, and let them drop down to those arms are straight. Maybe do it again. Notice what you're feeling in those legs. Good. And once they're there, if you want, you can put your hands even on your rib cage, shoulders down. And you can slowly lift the lower legs. And then just relax. See if you can get the weight of gravity to just open on those inner thighs. If this is too much for you, you can always bend lower and have those shorter levers, longer levers. I'm going to flex my feet and reach through the heels. And I'm going to gently pigeon toe or take the toes towards my face, internally rotate the legs, and then use your inner thighs to bring them up slow and slowly drop them back down. Good. If you want to do more pandiculation, you can put your hands on the inside, but you probably won't need a whole lot. So just gently, just gentle press the thigh against the hand, hand against thigh, and slowly, oh, shake, shake, shake. Slowly bring them in. Good. Now, when you come to the top point, and now externally rotate the legs, put your hands on the outside of the legs. Push the leg into the hand, hand against leg, as you slowly bring them back out. And then just let them hang there. Beautiful. Bend the lower legs down. Drop them in front of you till the toes touch. They may go in front of you a little bit, and then just allow the knees to open to the side. You'll feel your back lift a little bit. It's good. Just notice what you're feeling in here in the groin. Inner thigh, outer thigh. I always like to use my hands, feel where those intense contractions are. Now we're going to pandiculate that. So slowly bring the knees straight up. You'll be flat on your feet. What muscles are you feeling pulling in and out to have that happen? Good. And then if you have the arm length, just put your hands on the inside of the legs. If not, just dropping them down will do it for you. Press the leg into the hand, hand into the leg. Create the resistance first, and then gently keep the resistance as you open out to the side. Slow. You'll get some shaking, so just slow it down even more. And when you cannot open anymore, and only till then completely relax and let go of the hand. Beautiful. And now slowly bring those knees back up to the ceiling. And we're going to do that one more time. Notice if it's any easier this time. Press the leg against the hand, hand against leg. See if you can keep the resistance as you're doing the release. Resisting with the leg and releasing. All the way to the end. And let it go. Ooh, notice how much looser you are. Let's straighten the legs down in front of us just a little bit more. And notice you'll feel that that tension in the groin moves more towards the outside of the groin. Feeling that. Let's go ahead, bring the knees up. Same thing. Create resistance and slowly open out to the side. You'll notice the back will start to arch a little bit and then just let it go. Beautiful. And then go ahead and slowly straighten those legs in front of you. And just let them completely relax. Nice. Now let's just do one more thing. Bend the knees. Good. You might even want to just open and close them a little bit like wings. See how you feel if you're a little bit looser. Last thing you're going to do is, let's just take the right leg over the left, right at the knee. Lift it up. If you have the flexibility, you can just stay there. Or you can put your hands on the outsides of the shins and the knee there. And just, if you can open the lower legs and put your hands there. And just do some little side to sides. It's just a final glute stretch. Oh, nice work. Over and just feel it as you go from one side to the other. Nice. And then uncross, cross the other way, bringing them in. As your tailbone lifts, you'll feel it even more if you have the strength to do that. But you just make it yours. Mm-hmm. Beautiful, nice hugging, you guys. And then uncross them, drop them, slowly straighten down, arms up. Ah, let it all go. Let's do another nice cleansing breath, deep breath into the belly. All the way up into the chest and exhale with an audible sigh. Get rid of all the tension. And completely relax. Beautiful. I'm just going to do a short body scan. I'm going to start today up in the top of my head, the crown of the head. I'm going to put my attention down into the forehead, the cheeks. See if you can relax them. You might want to open the mouth a little, relax in the jaw, the front of the throat, down into your heart space. Just relax there. Top, front of the body and the ribs, down into the belly, in the groin, top of legs, knees, lower legs. Focusing on the feet. We've done a lot of footwork. Why don't we wiggle our toes? Just notice how they feel. How about if you curl your toes, flex the feet? Ooh, maybe do a bit of, release those toes, a bit of ankle rotation. Just notice. You feel it a little looser down there in those lower legs. And just let them completely relax. Good. Let's now come into our glutes, lower back, mid back, shoulder blades. You might even want to just press the shoulder blades down gently just to connect to those and then completely relax. Up in the shoulders and the tops of the arms, elbows, forearms, wrists. How about if you make a fist and just rotate those hands just at the wrist? Notice how that feels in the wrist and the hands and the forearms. And then just completely relax the hands down. Beautiful. Let's take one more nice deep breath into the belly. Exhale. Beautiful work today, you guys. So I'll just invite you to stay in that beautiful position, breathing in, exhaling all the tension out. And I hope that you enjoyed that and will feel really nice in your body as you get up and go through your day and your weekend. And I will look forward to seeing you guys again on Monday.